Hey everyone, I'm going to show you how to create a podcast on WeVideo on a Chromebook. So we have Chromebooks in the library. You're welcome to grab one and check it out for the block, and that way you can create a podcast on a Chromebook. So you're going to go from the login screen right here, and you're going to click Google, and that will log you in using your school Google account. So I'm going to click on my school Google account and continue. And that will bring us to WeVideo's dashboard. Now is the time when we're going to pause and you're going to go ahead and log in to WeVideo using your school Google account. Next thing we're going to do on our dashboard, we have an option right here with quick actions to create a podcast, or we're going to go to this create drop down menu and click podcast. This is going to open up an audio recorder for us. So as it loads, we have default, that's my microphone. I'm going to hit start, and then as soon as I'm ready, I'm going to hit record. It's going to count me down from 3. Hi there, I'm Miss Toll. This is my podcast. I work at Lamoille Union Middle and High School. Now I'm going to hit stop. And I can preview it. I can see how it went. I can record again. I can hit save. I'm going to hit save. Okay, so you'll see I have, if I scroll down a little bit, there's voiceover 1. This is where my voiceover is. So this is my recording that I just made. And you'll see up here I have a few options like uploads, exports, videos, images, audio. Audio is the only one we're really going to be using today since we're creating a podcast. So if we go here, I'm actually going to record one more section of my podcast, and you can record as many as you need to. I'm going to hit narrate because I'm using just the voiceover. That's my mic again, start and record, and it's going to count me down again. That's all for today. Hope your podcast goes great, and happy recording. Okay, I'm going to hit save. And if you scroll down, you'll notice that now I have a voiceover 1 and a voiceover 2. However, you don't want these to be right where they are because this will actually make them overlap. So if I hit play, you'll hear what I mean. That's all for today. I'm Miss Toll. So we want to make sure that these are not overlapping and that they are hitting right there. So I can continue on with different lines. So voiceover 1, voiceover 2, voiceover 3, or I can end up putting them all on the same line and then they will connect as well. So it'll be the same however I want it to. So a couple of things to note. If I'm in here working and I notice that my recording, I had a little bit of extra, so I want to make sure that I can cut the extra out. I'm going to play that. Union Middle and High School. Now I'm going to hit stop. Okay, so I don't need that part, so I'm going to put that right to the end of where I was speaking. And then this blue line is showing wherever I am playing or wherever I'm working. So I'm going to hit split. And then this little piece was my extra that I didn't need. So I am going to move that first. Now I'm going to click that and it's selected. So I'm going, I need to select it. And I'm going to hit delete because I don't need that extra piece. Okay, now I'm going to scooch those up next to each other. Not all the way next to each other. There we go. And now they will flow together. So we'll put play to check middle and high school. That's all for today. Hope you're okay, so that is my podcast right there. But now to make it seem a little more professional, I'm going to add some audio into the beginning and the end as an intro and an outro. So I really like this epic. I think it's really fun, but there are so many good music intros that you can use, or music in general. And you'll see that they all have different feels. So I'm going to go with epic because I think that's really fun. That's what I want. So I'm going to drag this and drop it, insert and push. And that way, so that has popped into the beginning of my podcast and you'll see here's my podcast. So I'm just going to use like 5 seconds of it because I don't need very much. Okay, so I've moved my blue line. I'll hit split. And then I'm going to go ahead and delete this because I don't need the rest of it. So here is my audio. I want to make sure that my podcast catches up. So here we go. Scooch it over a little bit. There we go. And then I'm going to grab the last bit of my podcast. And then we're going to stick them up next to each other. And then I want a little bit of an outro as well. So I'm going to grab this same music. But I'm only going to go towards the end because I want it to kind of simmer down a little bit. So we're going to grab this, go towards the end, and then just want this little bit on the end, I think. Okay, same thing. I'm going to hit split, and then I'm going to get rid of this stuff that I don't need. And then I'm going to back this all the way back to my podcast. There we go. So I've got 4 components now, all working together. I could also have them on different voiceover lines if I wanted to. And go to the beginning. I'm going to double click on this intro because I want it to fade so it comes in a little quieter. I'm going to do fade for 2 seconds and then fade out for 2 seconds. And then I'm going to scroll up a little bit and hit done. And then same deal with this one. I'm going to fade again. Fade in for 2 seconds. Let's fade out for 4 seconds. Oh, I can't do 4 because it's not that long. Hit done. Okay, so now we're going to listen to it and see what we think. Hi there, I'm Ms. Toll. This is my podcast. I work at Lamoille Union Middle and High School. That's all for today. Hope your podcast goes great, and happy recording. Okay, so there's my podcast, short and sweet, but I added that music to make it a little more professional. And I could definitely see a couple of places where I could narrow in here and cut out some of the extraneous time, or like if I said stuff like that. So I can totally do that, but I'm not going to do that today because we have other stuff to do. Delete. There we go. Okay, so now you're just going to work to put it together the way that you like it. When you have your project completely done, that's when you're going to hit export. So you're going to title your project something descriptive. And maybe if I'm doing a lot of different podcasts, maybe I put the date in as well so that I know exactly what today is. I'm exporting it as a podcast because we only want the audio. And then my Google Drive is already connected. But you can connect your Google Drive and then hit export. When you export it, it's also going to save it to WeVideo. So I'll hit export, and then there it is. So it's in WeVideo as an export. I'm going to hit done because it's going to process, and then we'll go from there. I hope that you have a great time creating your podcast. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me.